we like different things. We don't like the chubby girl. We don't want a girl that, you know, has skin whitener, and we hate chubby girls. We like the spinner, tiny morena girl, the small girl, the 5 foot, 4'11", dark skin, whatever the case may be. That's what we're into as Westerners.
Jasper in the Philippines knows absolutely nothing about Filipino beauty standards or culture.
So why your Filipina thinks that she's ugly?
She doesn't.
And very pretty Filipinas to us Western guys think that they are ugly.
They don't.
Basically, Western men, opposites attract, and a lot of Western men like a woman with morena skin or dark skin. I personally like that. Western men like short girls, thin girls, girls that weigh 100 pounds at best, girls that just are very petite and not chubby, and really just very tiny girls with dark skin. A lot of Western men like that.
You realize how broad Western beauty standards are now? Now, I'm not saying that Western men are totally against the, you know, the frame that he is presenting here, but to say that, oh, Western men are all into this, or the majority of Western men are into this, I think that's such a inaccurate depiction of what Western men find attractive.
And Filipinos, on the other hand, like a chubby girl that use skin whitener and stuff like that.
He's saying that Filipinos like fat girls or chubby girls, as he calls them, but he's saying that they don't like petite women, which is complete nonsense. Where are you getting this information from? Where have you talked to any Filipinos? How many Filipinos have you actually spoken to about this? You seem to have so much knowledge of what Filipinos want, but you never interact with them. Where are you getting this information? This is what he does. Jasper walks around speaking confidently as if he's an authority on the subject, but he knows nothing about this. And anytime someone tries to call him out, he calls them haters. He says that, oh, they must be jealous of my money. They must be jealous of my lifestyle. They're jealous of all of my YouTube success. I'm famous. Didn't you know that? Oh, they're jealous of me being an alpha and having women and actually being in this country. And it's so ridiculous. He has no actual information to give you that you can't find in 2 seconds Googling, and a million stereotypical websites will come up giving you the same exact information that he's giving you. Or information that is completely to the contrary of what he's saying. Filipino beauty standards are not the same as, say, Thai beauty standards or Korean beauty standards. In places like Thailand and Korea, you will see billboard after billboard advertising skin whitening products. You can buy them in vending machines. You can get them everywhere. That is much less the case in the Philippines. This is just another example of Jasper not understanding the differences between different Asian cultures.
So it's the total opposite of what we like. So that is why a lot of times, if you tell a Filipina, well, besides that they're conservative, if you say, hey, send me a sexy picture, they will say, I'm not sexy. Or they will send you some pictures, and if you don't respond immediately, they will say, I'm ugly. Or they will just honestly think that they are ugly.
I mean, like most people in the world, where they're not getting validation immediately and they're self-conscious about that? I don't think that's exclusive to Filipinas.
Even if you find them very attractive, they will assume that they are ugly. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but so a lot of these girls will not find themselves that attractive, and that's why they will settle for men that aren't that attractive when we come over to the Philippines.
So he states that Filipinos will settle for men that are not attractive when they come to the Philippines, right after he states that beauty's in the eye of the beholder and that opposites attract. Therefore, what he would view an attractive foreigner to be, Filipinas may not view that in the same exact way. You see how Jasper can't make the logic work both ways?
But what you have to understand is when you bring a woman to the United States, to our country,
Something he's never done, by the way. He's never even had a long-term relationship with a Filipino woman.
She will be considered very attractive. That morena, 40-kilo girl that is not considered many Filipinos guys' type will be a lot of people's type in the United States or any Western country. So you have to understand that when you decide that you're that guy and you're going to be the guy that can bring a girl to the United States. If you're making 40 grand a year in the Philippines, you're a big dog. You're setting the world on fire. You're making over 3 grand a month and you can live great. You can live like I live right now. If you're making 40 grand a year in America, you're a whole nobody. You got nothing. You're pretty much damn near poverty level. You're not poverty level, but you're a low earner in America at 40K. So you must understand that when you decide, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna bring my beautiful Filipina that's a province girl that has all those great values, and I'm gonna bring her to the amazing amenities of the Amazon at my door an hour later and all that jazz. I'm gonna just bring her home, and I don't like the humidity, I don't like the air conditioning or the milk or the customer service or whatever the heck you don't like, and I'm gonna bring my Filipina to the United States. Well, what you have to understand is that you're a relatively low-level guy for a lot of guys. Now, there's a lot of big earners in my community and stuff that this won't apply to you. If you're making 200,000 plus, you live in the gym, you got James Bond, a young James Bond looks, okay, this doesn't apply to you. But for most of the people, like myself, you are not the rock star king that you are in the Philly Willy. So just never get it twisted.
So what's Jasper saying here? He's basically insinuating that your Filipina wife will leave you once you bring her to the U.S. because there are higher earners and higher value men there for her to choose from, and all the years you spent building your relationship with her, love and respect, and maybe you have kids, all of that, it really doesn't matter because she's going to trade you in for a higher, earner or a higher value man. I really think this is a knock on Filipinas instead of the man. I really do. Stating that they would basically are just in it for what you can give them, and they don't really care about you as a person. They're only in it for the money. They're only in it for how it could possibly benefit their life. And really taking agency away from these women, or even maintaining that agency, but the agency is that they only are in it for themselves, that they're only in their relationship to benefit their lives.
And understand why your girl calls herself ugly, or why your girl's didn't end up with a Filipino high earner or something, because we like different things. We don't like the chubby girl. We don't want a girl that has skin whitener, and we hate chubby girls. We like the spinner, tiny morena girl, the small girl, the 5 foot, 4'11", dark skin, whatever the case may be. That's what we're into as Westerners. We're not into what Filipino guys are into. It's totally different, okay? So that's the reason why your girl could have low self-esteem or think that, she wasn't all that, or whatever the case may be. It's not that she actually is, it's that when she gets to America or any Western country, she will figure out and realize her worth and go, oh my God, I am a total babe. Oh my God, I am so pretty. I am, all these things that they've been telling me. The Western guys have been telling me that Filipino guys never told me. So that's the honest truth, is that is what they will learn. Here's my cats. That is what they will learn when they get to the United States, and that can sometimes change a woman for the worse or make her a little bit less humble and things of that nature. So you guys got to keep that in mind when you are deciding to bring a woman home, or not understanding why your gorgeous Filipina, or who's gorgeous to you, has low self-esteem. That is exactly why, because their value changes when they come to another country, and even when a man from another country comes to the Philippines, he has a different perspective than a local man. Last thing we want to do is forever a girl use skin whitener. I like an opposites attract type of situation. I don't want someone that looks like me or has my skin color. I don't want a girl that weighs as much as me or a chubby girl. Never in a million years would I accept that. So it's the exact opposite for a Filipino dude. That's what he wants. And a woman could be relatively average, like we could be relatively average in our country. But when you come to the Philippines, you are no longer average, you are rare. Your blue eyes are gonna be 1 in 100. Your green eyes are 1 in 100. If you're a black dude, they think you're LeBron James or, you know, Tupac or something. Whereas in America, you're a dime a dozen. You're a whole nobody. So same thing goes for a Filipina. When you bring her to America or Europe or wherever the hell you're from, all of a sudden she's the one, you know, dark-skinned 90-pound girl with the beautiful face that looks good without makeup in the mall or in the wherever. You know what I mean? She's not like every other blonde girl with the boob job or whatever your country represents, depending on what country you come from.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What America did you just come from? I know you've only been gone for what? It's been 10 months right now. What America did you think you were living in? That the women walking around are just blonde haired and blue eyed and boob job, and there are no dark skinned women walking around. What are you talking about? No one is going to even know that your wife is from another country if she walks around the US. No idea. None. They will immediately just assume she was born in America. When you're a white guy walking around the Philippines, people know you almost certainly were not born here and you're from another country. That is not the case in Western countries at all.
So that's just something to keep in mind, that people that maybe haven't been here or haven't dated a Filipina or haven't heard them say, oh, I'm ugly, or, you know, nobody wants me, or they couldn't get anybody high level in this country. It's because it's a polar opposite of what a Filipino man is looking for and what a Westerner is looking for.
Or there are just more beautiful women than there are high earners in the Philippines. I think that's the more likely scenario, Jasper. So the rest of this is him just trying to pad out a video to make it 10 minutes for the YouTube algorithm. He'll plug his channel. He'll talk about how you can pay him $50 for an hour of his time, which is totally worth it. He'll give you advice on long-distance relationships with Filipinas, which he's never had before. Blowing up on YouTube, he can't seem to get views, the correct view ratio to the amount of subscribers that he has, so I'm not sure why he thinks that he's fit to give advice there either. It just seems odd that he's so willing to give advice on things that he actually has no expertise in. So, hey, if you want to give him $50 for his time and you think you're going to get value out of that, good luck. But I'm going to end this here. I have a few more videos in the works, but I have been extremely busy, so it's been hard to pump out this content. I don't have as much time as Jasper does to do this. So I will leave it at that and talk to you soon.